Hey, how's it going, guys? Today we're going to be going over Loba'S new abilities. So I have pulled up on EA's website Loba'S official press release along with some information about Loba. Loba is a high society thief. Basically just grew up pickpocketing people. She's 34. Her tactical ability is Burglar's Best Friend. Passive is Eye for Quality and Black Market Boutique. So, Burglar's Best Friend. Teleport to hard to reach places or escape trouble quickly by throwing your jump drive bracelet. They've alluded that in a couple different videos, and we're going to watch a video here in a minute about how far you can throw that and how many bracelets you get and all that jazz. Eye for Quality. Nearby epic and legendary loot can be seen through walls. The range is the same as Black Market Boutique. Place a portal device that allows you to teleport nearby loot to your inventory. Each friendly or enemy legend can take up to 2 items. So that way it's a little bit balanced. It's kind of like Revenant's ability where you are also, like, the enemy team is also allowed to use the totem just to kind of balance it out a little bit. So you have to be careful, like try not to leave anything valuable and use against you, pretty much. So let's go into the video. We're gonna just dissect the video and kind of just preemptively see how Loba'S abilities can be used in game, and then tomorrow or the next day after that we will dissect some in-game actual footage of Loba and her abilities.
Style and class have come to the Apex Games, and her name is Loba.
Is her passive thickness? Is she fortified?
But don't let looks fool you.
Oh man.
Her glamorous appearance is matched only by her lethality.
Nice finisher.
I'm always dressed to kill. The most notorious thief in the Outlands, no item is safe when Loba's on the hunt.
All that loot looks heavy. Let me help you with that.
So that's not... So like the way that pops up here, I don't think that's actually how you're gonna get it. I think it's just a cinematic of how these are kind of like going to be in your disposal, but they're not just gonna, you know, show up in front of you. However, you will be able to see these through walls.
With that, her fashionable jump drive tech allows her to teleport and swipe valuable gear.
Now for the best part, looting your corpse.
So let's take a look at that. Let's see how far she throws this little McDeal.
Allows her to teleport.
So
let me help you with that.
Her fashionable jump drive tech allows her...
Right there. So basically, it looks like it's about like 40 feet with some vertical... limit. It's really hard to stop. Let me slow it down a little bit. Let's playback speed to like 1/4. Yeah, that's such an aimbot right there. Look at that poor Octane. So yeah, there is definitely a vertical limit as to how far you can throw it. It's kind of like an arc, pretty much. And you just have to keep that in mind and play through it. I have a feeling that you're going to be able to use that on demand, pretty much. So like you'll throw it, and then I'm pretty sure you're going to be able to press a button like E or something, or Q again, and it'll teleport you there by the looks of it, because it wasn't instantaneous. She kind of did like this hand motion like right here. I don't know if you guys saw that. There's like a little deal with the hand there that says like, okay, we're going. Of course, there's going to be a little bit of hand animation once you do it.
You made the mistake of taking what I wanted.
Enhanced vision allows her to see.
So this is kind of what it's going to look like through the wall. Like you can see shields and purple and gold items pretty much. And this enemy outline, I'm pretty sure is just from the Bloodhound. It just goes away.
I know what I like, and I know how to get it.
Loba'S ultimate take is powered.
Pretty OP so far. So I think in ranked and I don't know about the pro scene, because the problem with Loba is that like in ranked it'd be really good when you're just holding down a building and there's a lot of death boxes, but you don't want to risk going outside and getting popped for it. This would be really useful in ranked. However, in the pro scene, thing is like I don't think she provides enough value like a Wraith would.
Ultimate take is powered by her black market staff.
Shops open for business.
This sophisticated boutique allows.
So something someone else pointed out was that the Spitfire, they have a gold Spitfire and a gold R99 next season. I think if anything, because the Spitfire is almost never picked up anymore by like seasoned players in pubs or ranked, they may just make it a care package item. I'm hoping it becomes like a care package item like the Devo, because it has a large clip size, kind of like the Devo does. And hopefully they buff up like the damage and the shoot rate back to like season 1 or 2 Spitfire. I think that would be pretty useful. But I don't think they're going to care package the R9 like they did the Devo, because you see that there's still regular R9s to be picked up, but I don't see any regular Spitfires here anywhere. Let's see what that looks like real quick. So yeah, the Crypto picked up the R99. Oh, look at Gibby. He looks like such a little chode. And who would waste a Kraber shot on like a Revenant Shadow?
But I'll stay for the treasure.
The Apex games have never looked so good.
A wolf never gives up her prey.
So this is actually something I probably wouldn't do.
I came here for revenge.
So like throwing it, putting yourself like right in the middle, like no one is going to be so distracted that like they wouldn't just see you animating there.
The Apex games have never looked so good.
A wolf never gives up her
Like it's great for like the cinematics, but that's not how a person would. I think a person would normally use it, kind of like in this scenario.
Tech allows her to teleport and swipe valuable gear.
Now for the best part.
You see, like
Corpse.
that Pathfinder was doing like the whole beacon thing,
You made the mistake of taking what I wanted.
but I feel like you have to be really smart about how to use this, because I feel like a lot of Loba mains are gonna get popped for using that ability.
Loba'S ultimate take is
Now, if it was silent,
black
I
market
think that would be a lot more useful, just because the animation is so long. Like
or quickly
see, like watch how long that takes.
valuable gear.
1, 2, 3, like 3 seconds basically in order to use
Around her enemy.
your gun again.
You made the mistake of taking
I think that actually might be too long,
Enhanced vision allows her
to be
see
honest.
high-tier loot through boutique allows her
So let's see how big that blast is.
staff.
shops open for business.
So looking at, you could probably do like an entire building, like in Fragment, or a few convoys worth. I would probably say it's probably the same range. Yeah, it's the same range. It's probably going to be about like 40 feet in every direction. So like if you're in like Wraith Labs, for example, you could probably get the entirety of Wraith Labs in one go. Probably just one building in Skull Town, like the old Skull Town. I'm trying to think anywhere else that might be useful. Like if you go to the streamer building in Fragment, like the multi-tiered one that's all open and exposed on the like northwest side of the city, I think you could probably get, and I don't know what the verticality is, like I'm assuming it's unlimited like Revenant's ability. There's no vertical limit. But if you're in the streamer building, you could probably do the entire building with Loba'S ultimate pretty quickly. And there usually is like a lot of death boxes there. However, what I'm really curious about is if she can take items out of vaults. I think that would be really busted. Where if there's like a vault that's unopened, being able to take all those items out of the vault would be pretty clutch. Not even gonna lie. Her ultimate, I feel like, would be really useful, like, early game. You know, early and late game. Maybe not so much mid game. But I think early game would definitely be super useful in that context.
This sophisticated boutique allows her squad to cycle through all loot in the vicinity.
And apparently, it looks like you can only pick 2 items.
I came here for revenge.
So, like, maybe like a shield. But here's the thing. I guess it takes all items. It's not just legendary items. So, like, if you're in ranked and you're low on shields, you can probably pick up, like, a Phoenix kit and, like, a shield battery. Or, like, a med kit and a shield battery, for example. But would it be, like, a full stack? Or would it be, like, a single item? Let's go back to this. Let's see what it looks like. So they do stack items. They haven't shown any support items. So I'm wondering if this is for weapons only. It says weapons. So I'm wondering if there's like a different tab for like healing items or armor, for example.
Squad to cycle through all loot in the vicinity and pick their pleasure.
They said all loot in the vicinity, so I'm assuming healing items and armor are going to be separate pages on her ultimate. See if there's anything else we can pick apart here. I think you're going to be able to use this a few times. Because she has at least one more bracelet on. So at the minimum, you're going to at least get 2 charges. Maybe 3.
Enhanced vision allows her to see high-tier loot through structures and at distance.
I like how the squad was just like, alright, you got this, Loba.
Loba's ultimate take is powered by her black markets.
The one thing I don't like about this video is that they make the enemy squad seem very aloof. And I think in like newer lobbies, you could play it like this. But nobody's going to be this, like, nobody's going to be that unaware of the situation. You know what I mean? Like, if you translocate on somebody like this in a regular match, let's see. Like, doing this would get you immediately killed. 100%. Nobody would be doing that in the middle of a match like this. You know what I mean? Like, I know they have to hype it up a little bit, but it's just... And look at these guys. They're just, like, staring at the floor. You know, like, nobody would be... Especially after getting scanned by a Bloodhound, nobody would be that, like, unaware of the situation unless you're in, like, noob lobbies. If you make a brand new account. You know? Alright. Well, I think that's pretty much the gist of it for Loba'S abilities. So I think she might get the fortified passive as well added to her, more than likely, because she's so thick. But she looks kind of fun. I don't know if I would main her personally unless her translocator was just really busted. Getting inside of a building though would be kind of interesting, like if you were to throw it inside of a window and translocate that way. Can definitely make for some sneaky plays. And I know people are going to be using it like that, like just throwing it through like window cracks. I think is definitely going to be the best way to like flank. Like if you were to have a Pathfinder zip directly on them and then a Loba in the back flank through like a window with her translocator, I think that would probably be one of the best ways to like jump on a squad. You know what I mean? But other than that, I think that pretty much does it. I'm kind of curious to see how people how creative people get with the translocator. But other than that, you know, thanks guys for watching. Hopefully you guys found that a little bit useful before Loba comes out. And yeah, definitely check us out while we're live, Monday through Friday. We stream 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. Playing Apex most of the time. And I'll see you guys on the next one.